Welcome back. I'm Felix, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Trying to remember always to do that when I open up. Today I made a t-shirt instead of a polo shirt. Usually I throw in a polo shirt when I came back from the gym, so doing that. But I'm looking at 20 gadgets from the 80s every kid dreamed of having. Actually, I wasn't a Nintendo kid. I was a Sega kid. So I can't wait to see what they got. Hold on. Making sure all my stuff is on. Last time I went to record, sound was off. So, let's see what we got.
To play the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The Walkman from Sony, the one and only. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable. It's in stereo.
The 1980s were...
Right off the bat, the Game Boy. I didn't have one. My sister did. I was jealous. At first, I didn't want one. Then she had one. I was like, I want one. I never did get one.
Magical era for kids, filled with gadgets that sparked imagination and creativity. From the iconic Nintendo Entertainment System to the unforgettable Rubik's Cube, who didn't dream of owning these iconic gadgets? Join us as we dive into 20 gadgets in the 1980s every kid dreamed of having.
What's it like to play the Nintendo Entertainment System?
I never understood the purpose of the robot. What was the purpose of the robot? I remember the robot, but I never understood the purpose. And it's like, why do we need the robot? And it served no purpose. From what I remember, it was just a gimmick, just a gadget.
The Nintendo Entertainment System had interchangeable cartridges, allowing players to switch games easily. This feature, along with its simple design, made the Nintendo popular among children and adults. The console introduced many iconic games such as Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid, which not only provided endless fun, but also raised the bar for game design and storytelling. Its success played a crucial role in reviving the video game industry after the crash of 1983, demonstrating that home...
I don't remember that. Oh, I was also a kid, so I didn't know there was a crash. I wonder if that's when Caligo and all them, there was a bunch of them around the time. I think even Atari started to struggle around that time.
Future. It was first released in Japan as the family computer and then came to North America. The impact of the NES on gaming culture remains significant today as it introduced countless players to the world of video games. The Nintendo Entertainment System revolutionized home gaming. But what toy puzzle took the world by storm? Let's explore the iconic Rubik's Cube.
Sure, Sir Isaac Newton unraveled the mysteries of gravity, but could he have unraveled the mysteries of Rubik's Cube?
The Rubik's Cube was a 3D puzzle that became a global sensation in the...
I used to hate the Rubik's Cube. But even when I was younger, I kept feeling like there was a pattern. I just could never figure it out. Then there was a cousin of mine who figured it out. I don't even know if he realized he just figured out the pattern. He just knew how to solve it. I could never figure out the pattern. I wonder if I actually focused on it, I could have figured out the pattern. Because when I focus, I can usually figure stuff out.
1980s. Originally called the Magic Cube, it was renamed and launched internationally in 1980. The cube had 6 faces, each with 9 stickers of different colors.
Commercial. Come on, Skip. Skip. Not skip, baby.
Colors, and the challenge was to twist.
I was getting ready to say, I used to take the stickers off and just solve it that way. And the ones you couldn't take the stickers off, I used to, you could pop them apart and then put it back together. I used to do that too. Hey, sometimes you gotta cheat. But I don't know if they're going to bring a cartoon, but there was a cartoon which wasn't too bad, and I remember watching the cartoon as well. Well, at least I liked the cartoon.
And turn it until each face showed a single color. Both kids and adults were captivated by the Rubik's Cube, which quickly became a symbol of the decade. Its appeal came from being simple yet complex. It looked easy, but solving it required skill and patience. The puzzle's popularity led to many competitions and even created a new sport called speed cubing, where people raced to solve the cube in the shortest time possible. This combination of challenge and fun allowed the Rubik's Cube to leave a lasting mark on popular culture and sparked a fascination that continued well beyond its initial release.
Is Optimus Prime. Battle headquarters and...
I had that Optimus Prime, broke it. Now it's like worth millions of dollars. It's like, when I was a kid, I played with my toys. I wasn't thinking, oh, I should save it for the future. No, I played with them.
The heroic Autobots.
Transformers action figures quickly became popular among kids. These special toys could change from robots into vehicles, animals, and other things, sparking endless imaginative play. The idea came from Japanese toy lines like Diaclone and Microman, which Hasbro adapted into the Transformers brand. The exciting story of heroic Autobots fighting evil Decepticons captivated children. Characters like Optimus Prime, who transformed into a truck, and Megatron, who turned into a gun, became well known. The toys...
I always thought Megatron being a gun was weird, to be honest with you. And, like, he's a giant robot. He's bigger than most of the robots, but he turns into a gun small enough for all of them to handle. It never made any sense to me. Now they have him being a tank makes much, much more sense. He should have been a tank from the beginning.
These were not just fun, they featured intricate designs and detailed transformations, making them sought-after collectibles. Transformers action figures were part of a larger universe that included comic books, television shows, and later, blockbuster movies. This multimedia approach helped solidify their place in
Oh, that one, I can't remember his name, but my friend had that one, and we realized, oh, it's the same as Optimus Prime. My Optimus Prime fit in there perfectly. So all they did was paint Optimus Prime white.
popular culture. By the end of the 1980s, Transformers had become a worldwide sensation with millions of figures sold across the globe.
You really feel the music with the Sony Walkman?
The Sony Walkman is a tiny stereo cassette player with truly incredible sound.
The Sony Walkman changed how people listen to music by introducing a portable cassette player that let kids take their favorite songs wherever they went. Before this, music was mainly enjoyed at home on big stereo systems.
We used to have stereo very similar to that one. I remember my sister had one, and then I got a boom box, but we both had Walkman. I'm not gonna lie, this is going down memory lane.
The Walkman made music personal and mobile, marking the start of a new era. The original model, the TPS-L2, was small and came with lightweight headphones, making it easy to carry. It quickly became a symbol of youth and freedom in the 1980s. Kids loved making mixtapes and playing their favorite songs repeatedly, whether on the bus, at the park, or hanging out with friends. The Walkman's popularity came not only from its portability, but also from its high-quality sound, which was not available in other portable devices at that time.
I had a Walkman that had like mix stuff on it. You could, or not mix, the equalizer stuff on it. And it was just awesome. I was going to say, they have phone cases now that look like the original Walkman. So if you want to have the look of it, look it up. And I think they try to bring it back as a digital MP3 player, like as a anniversary thing.
The Walkman transformed music into a personal experience. But what toy made storytelling just as magical? Let's explore Teddy Ruxpin next.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. I want you to meet my friend.
Teddy Ruxpin was an animatronic bear created by Ken Forsey, who had experience with Disney animatronics. Launched by Worlds of Wonder, it could talk and move its eyes and mouth while telling stories. Teddy used cassette tapes, with one track for audio and another to control its movements. What made Teddy Ruxpin special was its ability to engage children in storytelling in an interactive and magical way. Kids could listen to adventures while watching Teddy's lifelike expressions, making story time more immersive. The toy quickly became a beloved companion and was the best-selling toy in 1985 and 1986. Teddy Ruxpin wasn't just a toy. It became a cult.
I was older when Teddy Ruxpin came out, but I remember being with my grandmother's, and I think one of my cousins had it, and they left it there, and I was playing with it, and I realized you could put any tape in there. Now I know it says it's supposed to be a special tape, but I remember putting any tape in there, and the mouth would try to move with it. So Yeah, you can make it do some creepy stuff.
Cultural phenomenon, inspiring a cartoon series and various merchandise. Despite competition from other toys, Teddy Ruxpin's unique blend of technology and storytelling ensured its lasting impact on 1980s pop culture, capturing the hearts of many children.
Have they tried to bring that back? That's one thing I don't remember seeing them trying to bring back. They might think it's past, but with today's technology, they should try to bring it back. And instead of audio to just go digital. There was something my kids had. You could download the stories into was it a bear? I can't remember what it was. They were wee little then. The youngest is a preteen now. But I remember there was something you could download stories into it. And so they could do something like that. Bring Teddy Ruxpin back. Just don't try to. I remember in the 80s they bring a toy or a cartoon back and they try to make it hip and young. It's like, don't do that. We hated that stuff, actually.
Laser tag, the game that moves at the speed of light.
Laser tag was a popular game of the 1980s that excited kids everywhere. It let them play pretend battles with high-tech guns and sensors. Inspired by military training and science fiction movies, it felt like a dream for kids wanting to be space warriors. Players wore special vests that could sense infrared light and use laser guns to tag their opponents, with the vest registering each hit. The first commercial laser tag system, called Photon, was created by George Carter III and opened in Dallas, Texas in 1984. This arena-based game quickly gained popularity, leading to home versions like the laser tag toys from Worlds of Wonder in 1986. These toys allowed children to enjoy laser tag in their backyards, making it a favorite activity at birthday parties. Laser tag combined physical activity, strategy, and the thrill of pretend combat, providing endless fun as kids played in teams or individually, trying to outsmart each other.
I had a friend who had laser tag, and I used to hate playing it with him because he figured out if there was a reflective surface, he could shoot you in the reflective surface and it would register. But we still had fun playing it. It was a lot of fun playing. And again, there was a cartoon with that as well. And the cartoon, if I remember correctly, it was the kids travel back in time and meet their grandparents. And they got to stop something from happening.
New Super Mario Land and other exciting games for Game Boy. Nintendo. Now you're playing with power. Portable power.
I said at the beginning, play the Game Boy. I only played Tetris on it.
The Game Boy was a groundbreaking handheld gaming console that every kid in the 1980s wanted. It allowed kids to play games like Tetris and Super Mario Land anywhere, making it a must-have portable device. Designed by Gunpei Yokoi, the Game Boy brought together elements from Nintendo's earlier Game & Watch series and the Nintendo Entertainment System, offering a new portable gaming experience with interchangeable game cartridges. Its monochrome screen and simple graphics didn't matter much because its portability and high-quality games were what really attracted players. Tetris, included with the console, became a huge hit and is still regarded as one of the best video games ever. Super Mario Land brought the beloved character Mario to handheld gaming, allowing kids to enjoy exciting adventures. The Game Boy's long battery life and sturdy design made it perfect for car rides and
I don't know about that long battery life. It actually didn't last that long.
school breaks, leading to over 118 million units sold worldwide, making it a cultural icon. The Game Boy took gaming on the go, but what action-packed toys captured kids' imagination?
Well, the Game Boy, they said someone finally beat Tetris. There's a lot of levels to Tetris. I wonder how many hours he put into it.
Let's explore the world of Masters of the Universe action figures.
He's He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Skeletor is his enemy.
Hold on, I want to go back, because they had She-Ra and He-Man there. Yeah, they got some She-Ra characters, and they got He-Man characters. They got them all here. I had... Which one? Did I have a He-Man? I believe I had a He-Man. My sister had Faker. One of us... Yeah, my sister wanted it for some reason. Then, I feel like one of us had many faces. I had a couple in Skeletor. Why do I remember Skeletor? I think my cousin had Skeletor. I had a friend who had all these, who had a bunch of these. I can't remember how many I had. I had a couple. But yeah. He-Man. Now they're talking about, oh, He-Man was gay. He's like, no, he wasn't. He was a barbarian. Originally, he was supposed to be just a barbarian. Then he became Prince Adam.
Figures.
He's He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Skeletor is his enemy.
Introducing He-Man, Skeletor, and Castle Grayskull.
Masters of the Universe action figures created by Mattel were a dream for kids in the 1980s. These 5.5-inch figures featured characters like He-Man, Skeletor, and other heroes and villains from the mythical land of Eternia, bringing epic battles of good versus evil into homes. These figures were known for their muscular builds and bright colors, making them instantly recognizable and highly sought after. Each action figure came with unique accessories and special features that allowed them to perform exciting moves. He-Man had...
You know, I didn't think about their design made it easy to pop out all the men figures, and they had all the women with the same design. So it must have been really easy just to pop them out, manufacture them.
had a power punch action, while Skeletor could swing his staff.
Those were special He-Man and Skeletor. The originals did not have that feature.
The popularity of these toys grew even more due to the animated television series He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which aired from 1983 to 1985. The show added depth to each character's story, making the toys even more attractive. Mini comics that came with the figures also helped immerse kids in the world of Eternia.
So when you jam on the brakes, you spin, spin. Big wheel with handbrake and fat wheels in back. Some assembly required. Big Wheel by Marx.
The Big Wheel was a low-riding tricycle that became extremely popular among kids in the 1980s. It had a large front wheel and a low seat, which made it stable and fun to ride. Unlike regular tricycles, the Big Wheel's low center of gravity reduced the chance of tipping over, making it a safer choice for younger children. One of the most exciting features was its ability to perform spins and slides thanks to its plastic wheels and handbrake. Kids loved racing down driveways and sidewalks, feeling like they were in a thrilling chase. The Big Wheel's bright colors and strong plastic design made it visually appealing and durable, able to handle the rough play of energetic children.
Let me explain something about the Big Wheel. Big Wheel's actually been around for a while, because I had one as a kid. Yeah, it wasn't that safe. You could tip over. We tipped over. Lots of people tipped over. And as for stopping, if you're flying down a hill, you're not stopping. I slammed into a back of a car. I hit the back of a car so hard, it blackened out my two front teeth. And they eventually, lucky enough, they were my kid teeth, adolescent teeth, and they came out. And I had whiplash as a result. But yeah, and the front wheel turned sideways underneath the car. So yeah, you're not stopping. They try in those cars trying to make it look like you stop so easily, and the handbrake could break off. You pull on it and pull on it and pull on it, it would snap off. It was just plastic. Usually, most people just stop pedaling. They would like try to reverse pedal, and like you do on a bike, like just a hard stop, and then you could turn that way and stuff. But yeah, they weren't that safe. The low center of gravity just made it easier for you to slam onto the ground faster instead of falling from a height. But yeah, you could get hurt on those things. And we had one that snapped in the low, like right in here. That snapped. We were so rough with it, and we still rode it. It still was like holding together paper thin, and eventually snapped in two. But yeah, they weren't that safe.
Safety, excitement, and durability helped the Big Wheel stand out as a favorite ride, creating countless memories for kids during the peak of its popularity.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, precision paint jobs, plus incredible Micro Machine pocket play sets. There's a police station, fire station, restaurant, service station, and more.
Never had Micro Machines. I liked them, but I never wanted them. And I don't recall any of my friends having them either. To be honest, I'm trying to think. Did my one friend have Micro Machines? I think one of my friends did have it, but we didn't play with them. It wasn't like, hey, let's go play with the Micro Machines. It's like
Micro Machines were small toy cars, planes, and playsets that became very popular in the late 1980s. Created by Galoob, these tiny vehicles were well known for their detailed designs and wide variety. Children could collect everything from sports cars and monster trucks to airplanes and boats. Their small size made them easy to carry in pockets, making them ideal for play anywhere. One of the most exciting parts of Micro Machines was the play sets. These sets allowed kids to create entire miniature worlds with roads, buildings, and tiny people. The Super Van City playset, which changed from a van into a busy city scene, was especially popular. Micro Machines also gained fame through fast-paced commercials featuring John Machida Jr., who spoke incredibly quickly. His memorable delivery helped make Micro Machines a must-have toy. The brand's popularity led to appearances in films like Home Alone, where they played a role in clever traps. Micro Machines were small, deep...
Good news travels fast. You can now save over $1,000 a year with Optimum versus AT&T.
Detailed and packed with excitement. But what groundbreaking device made learning just as fun? Let's explore the world of Speak and Spell next.
Yeah, that was it.
Speak and Spell, part of a family of products for richer tomorrows from the Learning Center of Texas Instruments.
Real quick, I remember Texas Instruments. Just having that name on something meant it was going to be high-tech. Something was high-tech equipment, calculators. Anything with Texas Instrument name on it, you knew it was high-tech.
The Speak and Spell was an educational toy that helped children learn to spell using a unique synthesized voice. This handheld device was groundbreaking because it was one of the first to use digital technology to create speech. It had a keyboard and a small screen, allowing kids to type words and get instant feedback on their spelling. Its robotic voice was new and entertaining, making it engaging for children.
You can spell from Texas Instruments. Spell with it.
The device included several game modes like Mystery Word and Secret Code, which made learning enjoyable and interactive. It also had interchangeable cartridges, which provided more vocabulary and new challenges. The Speak and Spell became a cultural icon, appearing in the movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial, where it helped the alien communicate. Its impact on educational toys was significant, as it successfully combined learning with play in a fun and effective way.
I never had one, but I knew people that had one, and I used to love playing with it. Every time I got a chance to play with it, I played with it. I don't remember the cartridges, or do I? Yeah, I don't really remember the cartridges. I don't actually, but I just love playing with it. I would type words or type letters and stuff, see if it was a word.
The Koosh Ball
I actually never knew the name of that thing. They were everywhere. I just never knew the name of what those things were.
Became a favorite.
For some reason, I remember being called sponge balls. That must have been, maybe that was something else I'm thinking.
Toy for kids in the late 1980s. It was made of hundreds of soft rubber strands surrounding a steel core, making it easy to catch and throw. Its unique texture and squishy feel made it perfect for indoor play, as it wouldn't break anything or cause injuries. Scott Stillinger invented the Koosh Ball to help his children learn to play catch. Traditional balls were too bouncy and hard, while bean bags were too heavy. The Koosh Ball was soft enough to avoid bouncing away, but light enough for small hands to hold. The name Koosh was from the sound it made when caught. Its popularity grew, and it became a common sight in classrooms and playgrounds. The toy's success led to over 50 related products, including Koosh key rings and yo-yos, making it a versatile and safe option for various games and activities.
Glowworm is huggable, snuggable, lovable. Glowworm's your good night friend.
The Glowworm was a soft plush toy that looked like a worm in pajamas. It had a special feature.
I forgot it did that reverse thing. I thought those were two different versions you could buy. I do remember the cartoon. There was a cartoon, or was it just a movie? I remember some kind of anime. Back in the day, everything had an animation that went along with it. Every toy.
Different from other stuffed animals, inside its body was a battery-powered device that lit up its vinyl head when squeezed, creating a gentle glow. This comforting light helped children who were scared of the dark, making the glowworm a favorite bedtime companion. Its popularity led to a whole range of products, including the musical glowworm and glow bug in 1984, as well as the glow butterfly in 1985. These toys were popular not just in the US, but also around the world. The glowworm's success came from its ability to serve as both a cuddly toy and a nightlight, providing a sense of security to young children. Despite safety concerns about its materials in the mid-2000s, the glowworm remained a nostalgic symbol of the 1980s. The glowworm lit up the 80s with its comforting glow, but what toy had kids bouncing with excitement? Let's explore the pogo ball next.
I remember that. That thing was worthless.
Commercial! Check out the new Pogo Ball Blaster with a hot new look and a bigger bounce!
The pogo ball, also known as the Lolo ball, was a popular toy in the 1980s that provided endless fun and exercise for children. Invented by two Belgian men, it became a massive hit when Hasbro began producing it in large quantities in the mid-80s. The toy had a sturdy plastic platform with a rubber ball in the center. Kids stood on the platform, balancing their weight on the ball, and hopped around like they were using a pogo stick. The pogo ball was more than just a toy. It encouraged physical activity and helped children develop their balance and coordination. Its unique design and the challenge of...
No, it didn't. It did not help with balance. I get the feeling this guy did not... If this is... maybe it's an AI narrator, but the pogo ball did not bounce that high. You see the girl in the back, she can barely get off the ground. That's pretty much how high you could get it. It did not bounce that good.
Mastering the bouncing technique made it a favorite among kids. The toy was so popular that many adults joined in on the
No, they didn't.
fun, enjoying the playful activity alongside their children.
Good parents make Cabbage Patch Kids.
The Cabbage Patch Kids. Each doll is different, and you can pretend to adopt them.
Cabbage Patch Kids, introduced by Coleco, became one of the most famous toys of the 1980s. These soft-bodied dolls had unique, adaptable personalities and were created by Xavier Roberts, a young artist from Georgia. Each doll
Sorry about that. I thought I heard something.
birth certificate and adoption papers, making owning one feel special and personal. The dolls had distinctive round faces and big eyes, inspired by Robert's earlier handmade creations called Little People. The craze for Cabbage Patch Kids was immense. Parents waited in long lines and sometimes fought in stores to buy one. By the end of 1983, nearly 3 million dolls had been sold, yet demand still far exceeded supply. Clever marketing and the emotional connection children felt with their adopted dolls fueled their popularity. Cabbage Patch Kids were more than just toys. They became a cultural phenomenon, appearing on television shows and movies, and even having their own animated specials.
Yep. It's true, actually. People actually fought over those in store. Like, there were fist fights.
You can have fun with a new GAF Viewmaster rear screen projector. I dare any kid not to laugh.
This one I do not remember. I don't remember this at all, to be honest with you. I remember the Viewmaster, but this I don't remember at all.
Nobody laughed.
The Viewmaster was a popular gadget for children in the 1980s.
Yeah,
it allowed kids to see 3D images by clicking through circular reels, offering an early version of virtual reality. Initially introduced as an educational tool for adults, it quickly gained the attention of children who enjoyed exploring its vibrant, three-dimensional scenes. Each reel had 7 pairs of small, transparent color photographs that produced a 3D effect when viewed through the device. The reels showcased scenes from popular movies, TV shows, breathtaking landscapes, and famous landmarks. Kids could experience adventures with their favorite characters or visit distant places, all without...
Oh, there's one thing about this. You had to have light. You had to have a light source. Because on the back, let me go back. Let's see if I can see it. Where was it? Right there. This right here, that let the light in. If you didn't have a good enough light source, it really didn't work. So the more light, the better.
Experience adventures with their favorite characters or visit distant places, all
eventually they had some that had batteries that had built-in light.
Leaving home. After exploring the adventures made possible with the Viewmaster, which toy sparked creativity next? Let's dive into the magical world of My Little Pony.
New in Pony.
Now these I did not have. My sister did not have My Little Pony. I think she was much older when these came out. And my wife did. She said she had My Little Pony. But yeah, I was not a fan of My Little Pony. Which is funny because when they did the Friendship is Magic, I really liked the animation. It was really good.
Come on, we'll show you. My Little Pony.
I wouldn't consider myself a brony, but there'd be times I would have it on for the kids, and they leave the room and I keep watching it because the storyline wasn't that bad.
Crystal Princess Pony. It's a magical night at the Crystal Rainbow Castle.
My Little Pony figurines were very popular in the 1980s. These colorful ponies had brushable manes and tails, making them great for imaginative play and collecting. Each pony featured a unique symbol known as a cutie mark on its side, which added to their charm and individuality. Introduced by Hasbro, My Little Pony quickly won the hearts of children, especially young girls. The ponies came in various pastel colors and had names like Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash, inspiring creativity and storytelling during playtime. Kids love brushing.
I don't know if those two were part of the original My Little Ponies. Those were the Friendship Magic versions, but I don't know if they were part of the original. That's why I said, I wonder if this is an AI voice doing this, not an actual person doing this.
And styling their ponies' hair, and created exciting adventures and friendships for their collections. The popularity of My Little Pony expanded beyond toys, leading to animated TV shows, movies, and even video games, creating a whole world for fans to enjoy. The original toy line continued until 1992, but its impact was so strong that it was revived in the early 2000s and remains popular today.
Take a card, any card. You'll probably wish you hadn't. Terry Drinkwater explains that American children these days are obsessed with the whole disgusting deck.
Garbage Pail Kids cards were a must-have for kids in the 1980s. These collectible trading cards, released by the Topps Company, featured gross and funny characters that parodied the popular Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. Each card showcased a character with a silly and often disgusting name like Atom Bomb or Blasted Billy, and placed them in strange and exaggerated situations. The cards quickly became a hit with kids.
They were actually stickers, but no one actually used them as stickers. Well, I wouldn't say no one, but for the most part, no one used them as stickers. They collected them as cards.
Rebellious humor. Unlike the sweet Cabbage Patch Kids, Garbage Pail Kids embraced the weirdness, making them a unique and entertaining collectible.
I take that back. I don't think they were all stickers. I think some were stickers, some weren't. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long.
The front of each card was a peelable sticker, while the back included puzzles, comics, or humorous awards. Kids traded and collected the cards to complete their sets, and despite some backlash from parents and schools, the cards remained popular, even inspiring a movie and various merchandise.
The movie was horrible. The movie was horrible. I really didn't collect these. I had a friend who collected them, and I thought they were cool, but I never actually collected them. If you collected enough, if you got all... One of the reasons you wanted the set is because they formed a picture on the back, like a little poster on the back of it.
Power Wheels!
By the time this came out, I was too old for these.
Come on,
but I still wanted one.
Let's go! Sitting tall in my Power Wheels, star of the show.
Pow, pow.
Power Wheels, Power Wheels.
Power Wheels were battery-powered ride-on cars and trucks that became every kid's dream in the 1980s. These mini vehicles let children experience the thrill of driving around their backyards or driveways. They came in many models, including Jeeps, trucks, and motorcycles designed to look like real ones. Each featured working doors, hoods, and even FM radios, making the driving experience feel realistic. Kids could drive forward, reverse, and steer, giving them a sense of control. The excitement of Power Wheels was not just about driving, it represented freedom and adventure. Children imagined themselves on thrilling off-road journeys or cruising through their neighborhoods, all while safely in their backyards. The popularity of Power Wheels grew so much that by 1990, over 1 million units were sold each year.
I wish I had a Power Wheel. But I think they make adult Power Wheels now, to be honest with you. I mean, you think, oh, ATV. No, I remember them making adult Power Wheels. Like, they look like Power Wheels just for us adults.
Skip It.
Was that the Spanish version? I'm like, what? Hold on. I thought I was having a stroke.
By 1990, over 1 million units were sold each year.
Okay. You couldn't find the American version?
Skip It was a fun toy that combined play with exercise. Made by Tiger Electronics, it had a plastic hoop that kids wore around their ankles, connected to a weighted ball. The aim was to swing the ball in a circle and jump over it with the other foot, counting how many skips they could do without stopping. One of the best features of Skip It was the built-in counter on the ball, which recorded the number of skips. This made it exciting as kids tried to beat their own records or compete with friends. Skip It came in bright neon colors, making it easy to see on the playground. It encouraged kids to get outside and be active, blending physical activity with fun. Catchy commercial.
You know, the original was really just a rope tied around your leg with a ball that you spun around. What's funny is that's now an exercise toy. A lot of the toys we played with back in the day, or a lot of the activity we did back in the day, is now an exercise. I'm not joking. It's for real. Like bouncing on the ball, rolling around on the ball. Those were things we did as kids. They're now exercise. Someone realized those are great exercises. And they are, because they kept us in shape. We hang around on the ball, do things, those giant balls. So back then it was like beach balls. But yeah, that's an exercise. There's a bunch of stuff that's like, even just pogo sticks. There's some kind of exercise surrounding it. I mean, it's hilarious to me how many activities we did as kids is now considered exercise.
Commercials on television made Skip It a popular item for many kids during its time.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
No more
Okay, you ready? All
commercials.
right,
I don't
100.
care. Okay, that was it. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, a lot of the stuff we did as kids is now exercise, which I think is hilarious. I remembered all those toys. That was pretty interesting. Yeah. A lot of those toys I wish I had. Of course, some I never had, like the Cabbage Patch. I never had a Cabbage Patch. Never had My Little Pony. Back then, they really did have a lot of toys geared towards boys and girls. And now it's just they try to make them neutral that anyone can play with them. But, hey, times change. So toys and everything got to change with it. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Everybody take care. I'll leave a link for this if you want to go back and watch it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I just said that. See you guys later. Bye.